Have you ever shared a piece of your breakfast with your dog? Just a small bite of toast with peanut butter or a sliver of chicken because their eyes begged for it. I did, too, until the day my dog collapsed minutes later. I had no idea the peanut butter I gave her contained a sweetener safe for humans but deadly for dogs. That moment shattered me. She was my heart and I thought I was showing love. Instead, I nearly poisoned her. You're not alone. Most dog parents don't realize that ordinary foods, even ones sitting in your fridge right now, can cause seizures, kidney failure, or worse. This video is your wake-up call. We'll go through 12 seemingly harmless foods that can slowly or suddenly harm your dog. If you love them, truly love them, this might be the most important thing you ever watch. Because love isn't just what you give, it's what you know not to. 1. Zill, peanut butter gum. It was just a spoonful of peanut butter. A reward during training. A way to hide her anxiety pill. A gesture of love. But for one woman, it nearly became a goodbye. He collapsed. We rushed to the vet, terrified. She wrote that spoonful had xylitol. Xylitol is a common sugar substitute used in sugar-free gum, mints, toothpaste, baked goods, and even some brands of peanut butter. It's perfectly safe for humans, but in dogs, it triggers a rapid surge of insulin, which causes a dangerous drop in blood sugar known as hypoglycemia. Within 30 to 60 minutes, symptoms like vomiting, staggering, seizures, or even coma can appear. According to the Merck Veterinary Manual, as little as 0.1 Gulic-Kilger can trigger hypoglycemia and 0.5 vertigo de Fontenkiers can cause liver failure or death. That's just one spoonful for a small dog. Many pet parents learn this too late. They give peanut butter as a treat, unaware that brands like Skippy Creamy or Gif may contain this hidden threat. What's worse, xylitol is often in places you wouldn't expect. Vitamins, nasal sprays, and even baked goods left on the counter. Dogs are fast, curious, and trusting. One bite could cost their life. If your dog ever eats something with xylitol, don't wait. Call your vet or the Animal Poison Control hotline immediately. Time is critical. Safer alternatives include plain peanut butter made only from roasted peanuts, unsweetened coconut yogurt, or mashed pumpkin. Because when it comes to your dog's safety, the sweetest things can be the most dangerous. 2. Grapes and raisins. I just gave her half a cookie, one user shared, still shaken. I had no idea it had raisins. She never woke up. Grapes and raisins, including those hidden in cookies, trail mix, or cereals, can be fatally toxic to dogs. Unlike xylitol, where the dose is clearer, grape toxicity remains unpredictable. Some dogs eat several with no reaction. Others develop acute kidney failure from just a few. A 2019 study published in PubMed Central found that 73% of dogs exposed to grapes or raisins showed neurological symptoms and nearly half developed severe kidney dysfunction. The lowest lethal dose recorded for raisins was just 2.8 gam, meaning even a handful of raisin cereal could be fatal for a small dog. No one knows the exact toxin, but researchers suspect tartaric acid may damage the kidneys. What's terrifying is how fast it happens. Vomiting within hours, then lethargy, increased thirst, and eventual kidney shutdown. And the worst part, most owners don't connect a sweet snack with a medical crisis until it's too late. Children especially may share raisins or grapes without knowing the risks. If you suspect your dog ate even a few grapes or raisins, don't wait for symptoms. Seek emergency care immediately. For sweet, healthy alternatives, try blueberries or strawberries. Safe, antioxidant-rich, and delicious. Because love means never assuming just one bite is safe. 3. Macadamia nuts. You dropped a few macadamia nuts while snacking. Your dog licked them up. You didn't think twice. They're just nuts, right? But within hours, your dog starts trembling, struggling to stand, refusing food. According to the Merck Veterinary Manual, macadamia nuts are one of the top 10 most toxic human foods for dogs. Just 2.4 g to 20 gallons per kilogram of body weight can cause severe symptoms within 12 hours. Vomiting, fever, leg weakness, depression, and tremors. In some cases, the dog becomes unable to walk, collapsing as if paralyzed. The good news, with supportive care, most dogs recover within 48 hours. But the bad news is that most owners don't realize the danger until after the symptoms begin. And it's not just macadamia. Many nuts like walnuts and pecans can contain mold-based toxins or become choking hazards, especially for smaller breeds or older dogs with poor teeth. One viewer wrote, "She was just licking the floor after I dropped mixed nuts. Hours later, she couldn't stand." Don't wait for regret. Keep nuts out of reach. Store snack bowls high. Educate kids and guests because what seems harmless to us can shut down a dog's nervous system. Safe swaps. Carrot sticks or apple. Slices without seeds. Crunchy, sweet, and non-toxic for cooked bones, especially chicken. She died choking on a chicken bone. I still hear the sound. It's one of the most heartbreaking comments we've ever received. Cooked bones, especially from chicken or pork, may feel like a natural treat, but once cooked, bones become brittle. Instead of breaking cleanly, they splinter, turning into razor-sharp shards that can puncture the throat, tear the stomach lining, or block the intestines. Veterinary hospitals see cases every week. Dogs vomiting blood, hunched in pain, or unable to defecate. Emergencies that often end in surgery or death. The ASPCA lists cooked bones among the most common causes of gastrointestinal perforation in dogs. Small dogs are especially vulnerable. What's a small piece to us is a devastating weapon to their delicate system. A cooked chicken wing may seem harmless in a moment of celebration, but for some it's a life-ending mistake. If your dog has ever gnawed on table scraps, keep a close watch for symptoms: vomiting, lethargy, blood in stool, or refusal to eat. Don't wait and see. Call your vet immediately. Safe alternatives: raw meaty bones recommended by holistic vets only under supervision, or even better, frozen carrots or dental chews that clean teeth without risking internal trauma. Because love should never come with splinters. 5. Garlic and onion, raw or cooked. She always licked the pan after I made dinner. I didn't think seasoning could hurt her. Garlic and onions, two of the most common ingredients in human food, are toxic to dogs in all forms: raw, cooked, powdered, or dried. Yet, many dog owners unknowingly feed them to their pets through leftovers, rotisserie chicken, or even store-bought baby food. What makes them dangerous? Thiosulfates, compounds that damage your dog's red blood cells, leading to hemolytic anemia, a life-threatening condition. Symptoms include lethargy, vomiting, pale gums, and rapid breathing, but they often don't appear for days, making it hard to trace the cause. According to veterinary toxicology guidelines, as little as 15 to 30 grams of onion per kilogram of body weight can cause anemia in dogs. That's about one slice of onion for a 10-pound dog. And garlic even stronger. Japanese breeds like Shiba Inus and Akitas are especially vulnerable. One comment stood out. I shared some of my garlic mashed potatoes. 2 days later, my dog couldn't stand. The problem is subtle. It's the seasoning on your chicken, the onion in your soup, the garlic powder in your spice mix. You think you're sharing love. You're sharing poison. Rule of thumb: if it's seasoned for humans, it's probably unsafe for dogs. Safe flavor: try plain chicken, turmeric, or chopped parsley. Natural, gentle, and healing. 6. Artificial sweeteners. Sucralose sorbitol. She just had a bite of my sugar-free yogurt. Within hours, she had explosive diarrhea. I thought she caught a bug, but it was me. Artificial sweeteners like sucralose, sorbitol, and maltitol are increasingly common in diet products. Sugar-free yogurt, protein bars, toothpaste, vitamins, and even baked goods. While not as deadly as xylitol, these sugar substitutes can still cause serious digestive upset in dogs, especially smaller or sensitive ones. Dogs lack the enzymes to digest many artificial compounds. When these sweeteners reach the colon undigested, they ferment, leading to bloating, cramping, gas, and diarrhea. In older dogs or those with GI issues, this can trigger days of discomfort and dehydration. Unlike xylitol, there is no specific lethal dose. But repeated exposure can damage gut health and worsen food sensitivities over time. And here's the tricky part. Many labels don't say dog safe or dog unsafe. You have to know the chemical names. Avoid sorbitol, maltitol, erythritol, isomalt, sucralose unless a vet says otherwise. Choose instead plain Greek yogurt, pumpkin puree, or unsweetened coconut cream because a little label reading today could save your dog a whole lot of pain tomorrow. 7. Deli meats, bacon. It was just a piece of bacon from breakfast. I didn't think it would hurt her. Deli meats, bacon, and sausage are salty, savory, and hard to resist, especially when your dog gives you that hopeful look. But behind that sizzle is a chemical cocktail of preservatives, nitrates, sodium, and spices that can silently damage your dog's health. Studies have linked processed meats in dogs to increased risk of pancreatitis, a painful and potentially fatal inflammation of the pancreas. Symptoms include vomiting, hunching, loss of appetite, and a bloated abdomen. High levels of sodium and nitrates can also lead to long-term problems. Kidney damage, bladder cancer, and hypertension. For small dogs, even a few slices can push their intake beyond safe limits. One viewer shared, "I gave her a piece of ham every day. Now she on meds for chronic pancreatitis. I wish I knew sooner." The tragedy, it starts as a habit of love. If you want to share meat, boil plain, skinless chicken or turkey breast. No salt, no oil, no seasoning, because what's flavorful to us can be fatal to them. 8 canned tuna or fish in oil. Fish is healthy, right? I thought I was helping her. Turns out I was hurting her liver. Many pet owners believe tuna or canned fish is a smart protein boost. But for dogs, especially smaller or older ones, canned tuna, mackerel, or sardines in oil can carry serious health risks. The first concern, mercury toxicity. Tuna, in particular, is a large predatory fish that accumulates mercury, a heavy metal that over time can damage your dog's nervous system and kidneys. Chronic exposure has been linked to tremors, anxiety, and even seizures. The second, most canned fish is packed in oil, salt, or preservatives, all harmful to dogs. Oil can trigger pancreatitis. Excess salt strains the kidneys and preservatives burden the liver. According to canine nutritionists, dogs need omega-3s, not mercury or additives, but even well-meaning owners can miscalculate. One comment read, "She loved tuna on rice. I didn't realize it was hurting her until her kidney values spiked." If you want to add fish, choose steamed or boiled salmon or sardines packed in water with no salt or flavoring. Simple, clean, safe, because what fuels human health may poison canine bodies if you don't know what to look for. 9. Flavored yogurt, especially with sugar or xylitol. She had a sensitive stomach, so I gave her yogurt for probiotics. She bloated, vomited, and didn't eat for a day. Yogurt sounds like a healthy choice, and in some forms it can be, but the kind we buy for ourselves, flavored, sweetened, fruit on the bottom, yogurt, it's often a hidden danger. Many store-bought yogurts contain refined sugar, artificial sweeteners like xylitol or high levels of lactose, all of which can cause severe digestive upset in dogs. Some brands even add thickeners or fruit syrups that increase acidity and ferment in the gut. Most adult dogs are lactose intolerant. Just a few spoonfuls of dairy can lead to bloating, nausea, or diarrhea, especially in older pets or small breeds. And if xylitol is involved, it's not just discomfort, it's an emergency. One pet owner said, "I was just trying to help her digestion. Instead, I gave her a toxin." Introduction: the hidden dangers in common human foods for dogs. Unsweetened Greek yogurt, low lactose, human food or coconut-based alternatives with no additives can be dangerous because healing your dog's gut should never start a dog collapsed after eating peanut butter containing xylitol. Instant noodles with a sweetener safe for humans but toxic to dog food, so I mixed many dog owners unknowingly expose pets to foods that can cause seizures, vomiting, kidney failure, or death. This video identifies 16 common foods that pose risks. Instant noodles are safer alternatives and easy to prepare. Key insight: for dogs, love is not just about giving, but about those with health issues. Not to give. They're a toxic trap disguised as comfort. The silent killer in peanut butter. The noodles themselves offer no nutritional value. Xylitol just refined is a sugar substitute found in sugar-free gum, mints, but it's the seasoning packet that poses real danger. Skippy Creamy. Most seasoning mixes contain garlic powder, onion powder, goods, high levels of sodium, safe for humans, and MSG, but in dogs it causes a rapid insulin surge, all of which strain the liver, dangerously low blood sugar, and digestive system. Symptoms in 30 to 60 repeated minutes. Exposure to salty processed food can trigger chronic kidney disease, high blood
toxic
pressure,
doses,
and even neurological symptoms in sensitive dogs.
kg causes hypoglycemia.
One viewer admitted,
I thought I was being
G/kg, but it cost me $600 at the emergency vet. Dogs often ingest xylitol,
boil brown
accidentally.
rice or
urgent
quinoa
vet care
mix it with
required
steamed
if ingestion
carrots or
occurs.
pumpkin.
Safe
Affordable,
alternatives,
simple,
plain peanut
and safe.
butter, only roasted peanuts,
Because shortcuts in
unsweetened
nutrition
coconut
can lead
yogurt,
to long-term
mashed
suffering.
pumpkin.
11.
Conclusion:
Seasoned
xylitol
chicken
is one of the most dangerous
rotisserie
hidden ingredients
store-bought.
in everyday household
She
products.
loved rotisserie chicken.
Grapes and raisins.
I gave her a few
unpredictable
bites every
but
day
deadly
until
found
she
in
stopped
cookies,
eating and
trail
cried from
mix,
abdominal
cereals, and granola bars.
Chicken itself
can cause
isn't
acute
the enemy.
kidney failure even in small
But the way
amounts.
we season
Lowest
and
lethal
prepare
dose
it
for
for human
human
taste
taste
can
can
quietly
quietly
destroy
destroy
a
a
dog's
dog's
health.
symptoms within hours.
Store-bought.
Vomiting, lethargy, increased
Guilt
thirst,
doesn't heal.
kidney shutdown, awareness does.
Toxic component uncertain.
Dogs can't
but
read
tartaric
labels.
acid suspected.
They can't say,
Children
this
often
hurts me,
unknowingly share grapes
but you can.
raisins, increasing
And
risk.
now you do.
2019
If even one of these
study,
foods is in your home,
73%
take
of
5
exposed
minutes
dogs
today to
showed
check,
neurological
replace,
symptoms
and protect.
Nearly half developed severe
It could
kidney
mean the difference
dysfunction.
between a quiet cuddle and a
Urgency.
desperate trip to
Emergency care must be sought
emergency
immediately
vet.
if ingestion is
If
suspected.
this video helped you,
Safe
share it.
alternatives,
Blueberry,
not to shame,
strawberries,
but to save.
antioxidant rich and
Because
safe.
one tiny action could protect
Key
a
insight.
four-legged soul that asks for
Dose
nothing
response
but
to
love.
grapes/raisins
And
is
if you want
unpredictable.
science-backed
Zero
tips like
tolerance
this every
recommended.
week, subscribe. Macadamia
Your
nuts
dog's
cause
best
tremors,
life starts
leg
with what you
weakness,
do next.
depression, fever,
Vomiting
you feed
within
him every
12
morning
hours at
before you
doses
even
between
pour
2.4
your own
to
coffee.
20 g/kg.
You walk him in the rain, in the cold,
Symptoms
in
may
the
include
heat.
paralysis-like collapse,
You keep
but
him warm
usually
at night,
resolve with
maybe
supportive
even
care
give up
within
your own
48
blanket so
hours.
he's comfortable. Other nuts,
You give him
walnuts,
love
pecans, almonds,
the
can
way you know
contain mold
best.
toxins or pose
And
choking
in return,
hazards.
he gives you that
especially
look.
for small or elderly
The
dogs.
one that says you're his whole world.
Salted nuts increase
But
sodium
what if I told
poisoning
you some
risk.
of the foods you give
High-fat
him out of
content
love
can
or
lead
at
to
least allow in his
pancreatitis.
bowl might actually be
Owners
hurting him
often
from the
unaware
inside
until
out.
symptoms appear hours
Foods
later.
that seem harmless,
even
safe
healthy,
swaps,
could
carrot
be slowly
sticks,
damaging
apple
his gut,
slices,
making him
seedless,
uncomfortable or
cucumber
setting him up
slices.
for serious illness down
Conclusion.
the road. Nuts are dangerous
It's
both
not just
chemically
about
and
what's in
physically
his
for
bowl.
dogs. Avoid giving
It's
them
not
as
about
treats.
how much you walk him or how
Cooked
clean
bones,
these water dishes.
especially chicken or pork,
This goes
become
deeper
brittle
into
and
the very
splinter,
lining of
causing
his
punctures
intestines
where
where
trillions
stomach
of tiny
or
bacteria
intestines
decide whether he thrives or
Symptoms.
suffers. Vomiting blood.
Here's the
pain,
part that shocks
inability
most
to
owners.
defecate. Emergency
Over
surgery
80% of
common.
people feed their dogs at
Small
least one of
dogs
these
are at
harmful
higher
foods
risk due to
without even
size.
realizing it.
ASPCA
Not because they
lists
don't
cooked
care.
bones as a leading cause of
No,
gastrointestinal
because no one ever
perforation.
told them the truth.
Safe alternatives.
I've seen the
Raw
results
meaty
in my
bones
years
only
of
under
veterinary
vet supervision.
work.
Frozen carrots,
Dogs with
dental
recurring
chews,
diarrhea,
unexplained
Key
vomiting,
insight,
acid,
cooked bones
reflux,
are a leading hidden
bloating,
cause of
even
internal
heart injuries
issues,
and death
all
in
traced
dogs.
back to the same few foods.
Toxic in all forms.
The good
Raw,
news,
for
cooked,
every food
powdered,
you should never
dried.
feed. There's a safe
Containing
healing alternative
thiosulfates
that can
that
bring
damage
his
red
digestion
blood
back
cells,
to balance.
hemolytic anemia,
Life-threatening. I'm
Symptoms,
going to walk you through the
lethargy,
9 everyday
vomiting,
foods
pale
you should never
gums,
feed your
rapid
dog
breathing,
exactly what
often
to give
delayed
instead.
onset, days.
No special equipment,
Toxic
no
dose,
complicated
15
recipes,
to 30 g
just
onion
simple swaps you can
/kg
make
body
right now.
weight. About one slice
Starting
for
with
10
something that
pounds
might be
dog.
sitting in your
Garlic
kitchen
is
is
even
very
more
minute.
potent.
The first
Japanese
one smells
breeds,
fresh to
Shiba
you.
Inu, Akitas,
Looks
more
harmless,
vulnerable.
even healthy. Hidden sources,
But inside your dog's
leftovers,
stomach,
rotisserie
it's pure
chicken,
acid.
baby food, seasoning
Food
number
blends,
1, citrus fruits,
safe
lemons,
flavoring,
oranges,
plain
chicken,
limes,
turmeric, chopped parsley.
You know that smell when you cut open a
Conclusion.
fresh lemon.
Even small amounts of garlic
Sharp
or
clean
onion over
almost
time
makes your
can
mouth
cause
water.
serious blood damage. To us, it's
Includes
refreshing. Sucralose, sorbitol,
But to a dog with a
maltitol,
sensitive stomach,
erythritol,
it's
like
isomalt.
pouring gasoline on a campfire
Found in
that's already
sugar-free
burning
yogurt,
too hot. Protein bars. I've had older
toothpaste,
clients come in,
vitamins,
men
baked
who've had
goods.
dogs their whole lives,
Dose
swearing that a
response to
little
grapes
squeeze of
/raisins
lemon in the water is
is
unpredictable.
Zero
Bowl cleans
tolerance
out the
recommended.
system.
One of them,
Macadamia
a
nuts
retired
cause tremors,
firefighter,
leg told me
weakness,
his dad
depression,
used to do it
fever,
for every dog
vomiting
they
within
owned.
12 hours at doses
And
between
maybe those dogs
2.4
seemed
to
fine
20
until they weren't.
g/kg.
Here's what's
Symptoms
really
may
happening.
include
paralysis-like
Citrus
collapse, but
fruits,
usually
lemons,
resolve with
oranges,
supportive care.
limes
within
are highly
48
acidic.
hours.
In
Other
a dog
nuts,
that's
walnuts,
already prone to
pecans,
acid reflux,
almonds,
they
can
tip the
contain
balance
mold
toward
toxins
constant
or pose
irritation.
choking hazards,
The
especially
acid
for
splashes
small
up
or
into the
elderly
esophagus,
dogs, leaving them licking
Salted
their lips,
nuts increase
swallowing
sodium
hard,
poisoning
sometimes
risk.
coughing
High
for no
fat
reason.
content can lead to pancreatitis.
You can see inside the lining off their
Owners
stomach
often
is
unaware
inflamed,
until
working
symptoms appear
overtime
hours
just to
later.
settle after every meal. Safe swaps.
I
Carrot
once treated
sticks,
a shepherd
apple
mix named
slices,
Duke.
seedless, cucumber
Big
salad
slices.
boy, the kind that used to
Conclusion.
run alongside
Nuts are
his owner's
dangerous
truck.
both chemically and physically
His
for
acid
dogs.
reflux
Avoid
got so
giving
bad
them
he
as
stopped
treats.
greeting at the door. He'd just
Cooked
stay on
bones,
his bed after
especially
dinner
chicken or pork, become brittle and splinter.
His owner thought it
causing
was
punctures
age,
in
but
throat,
when we cut out the
stomach,
daily
or
orange
intestines
slices
he'd been given as a healthy
symptoms,
treat, the change
vomiting
was
blood,
almost
pain,
immediate.
inability to defecate.
Within 2 weeks,
emergency
Duke was
surgeries
back at the
common.
door, tail thumping. Small dogs are at higher risk.
Citrus
due to
is off the
size.
table.
What's a better choice?
ASPCA lists
Cooked
bananas
bones as a leading cause of
Soft,
gastrointestinal
sweet,
perforation.
easy to chew.
Safe alternatives
Even for older
raw meaty
dogs.
bones only under vet supervision.
They're alkaline,
Frozen
which means
carrots
instead of
dental
adding
chews. To the
Key
acid,
insight,
they help calm
cooked
it down.
bones are a leading hidden cause
They've
of
also
internal
got
injuries and
amylase,
death in
a
dogs.
natural enzyme that helps break
Toxic
down
in all
starch.
forms, raw,
Give
cooked,
about a quarter of a
powdered,
banana
dried,
for every 20 pounds of
contain
body weight.
thiosulfates that damage
Once a
red
day.
blood cells, hemolytic anemia,
It's gentle, life-friendly, and your dog will think
Symptoms:
it's dessert.
lethargy, vomiting,
Now, if
pale
citrus
gums,
can do that kind
rapid
of damage
breathing,
just from
often
its
delayed
acidity,
onset.
imagine what
days.
happens when you deliberately
Toxic
add another
dose,
acidic
15
ingredient
to
into his
30
diet,
g onion
thinking
slash
it's helping.
kg body weight,
And
about
that's
one
exactly
slice
for
for
a
10
10-pound
pounds
dog.
dog. Garlic is even
Food
more
number
potent.
2, apple cider vinegar.
Japanese breeds, Shiba
You've probably
Inu,
seen it 100
Akitas,
times.
more vulnerable.
Somebody online swearing by
Hidden
apple
sources,
cider vinegar
leftovers,
as the cure for
rotisserie
everything.
chicken,
baby food,
bad joints,
seasoning blends.
ACV.
Safe
Low
flavoring,
energy
plain
ACV,
chicken, turmeric, chopped
even for
parsley.
dogs. People claim it'll boost
Conclusion,
metabolism.
even small
keep
amounts
their
of
coat
garlic
shiny,
or onion over
maybe
time
even
can
fight
cause serious
infections.
blood damage. And I get it.
Includes sucralose,
When you love your
sorbitol,
dog, you want
maltitol,
to.
erythritol,
Believe in
isomalt.
simple fixes.
Found in
But
sugar-free
here's
yogurt,
the truth.
protein bars,
Most people don't
toothpaste,
hear for a dog
vitamins,
with even
baked
mild
goods.
acid reflux. Cause digestive
Adding
upset,
apple cider
bloating
vinegar is like
cramping,
pouring more water
gas,
into a bucket
diarrhea,
that's already
especially
overflowing.
severe in small or
You're not
sensitive
solving the
dogs.
problem. Dogs
You're
lack
making the
enzymes
flood
to
worse.
digest these compounds.
I had a
Fermentation
client,
in colon.
Joe, a 68-year-old
no known
retired
lethal dose,
trucker.
but repeated exposure harms.
He'd started
good health.
adding a splash of ACV
Labels
to his
often
lab's
don't specify
every
dog
night
safety.
after reading
Owners
about its
must
health
know
benefits.
chemical names.
Within a month,
Safe
the dog
alternatives,
was licking
plain
her
Greek
lips
yogurt,
constantly after
pumpkin
meals.
puree, unsweetened coconut
Swallowing
cream.
like she was trying to keep something
Key
down.
insight,
Sometimes
artificial
even pacing the
sweeteners,
kitchen at
other
night.
than xylitol, aren't
Joe
deadly
thought it
but
was
cause
just chronic
old age
discomfort and
restlessness.
damage. But when he
High
pulled
in
the
sodium,
ACV
nitrates,
out of her diet,
nitrites,
the symptoms vanished.
preservatives, and spices.
Here's why.
Linked to
ACV
pancreatitis
is highly
inflammation
acidic.
of pancreas, kidney
Dogs'
damage,
stomachs already
bladder
have
cancer,
plenty of acid to break
hypertension,
down their food too much, and it
symptoms
starts
of
climbing up into
pancreatitis,
the esophagus.
vomiting, abdominal pain.
Over time,
loss of
that
appetite,
constant irritation
bloating
can lead to inflammation,
even small
discomfort,
amounts dangerous
even
for
ulcers.
small dogs. Habitual
And because
feeding leads
reflux
to
doesn't
chronic
always
illness.
look dramatic,
Many owners
sometimes
unaware,
it's just a
safe
quiet dog
alternative,
lying down
plain
after
boiled
eating.
skinless
Owners
chicken
miss the
slash
sign
turkey
until it's
breast
been
with
going
no
on for
seasoning.
months.
Conclusion:
So, what's a
processed
better way
meats
to get the
pose
benefits
multiple
without
silent
the burn
dangers to
fresh?
dogs' organ health. High in
Ginger,
sodium, nitrates,
it's
alkaline,
alkaline,
so it helps
preservatives,
neutralize
and
stomach
spices
acid
linked to
instead of adding
pancreatitis,
more. Inflammation of
It's
pancreas,
anti-inflammatory,
kidney damage,
which means it
bladder
calms
cancer,
the gut lining,
hypertension, symptoms
and it's
of
been used for
pancreatitis,
centuries to ease
vomiting,
nausea and
abdominal
improve
pain,
digestion,
loss of appetite.
One of
bloating,
my
even
favorite
small
ways to
amounts
give it
dangerous
slice
for
a
small
teaspoon of
dogs.
fresh ginger into a cup of
Habitual
water.
feeding leads to chronic
Let it
illness.
sit, then
Many
pour it
owners
into your
unaware.
dog's water bowl.
Safe alternative.
Add a small
plain
drizzle of
boiled
honey to
skinless
make it
chicken
more
slash
appealing.
turkey breast with no seasoning.
You've now turned his water into a
gentle
conclusion.
tonic.
Processed
Actually
meats
enjoys
pose multiple
drinking.
silent dangers to dogs'
If
organ
ACV
health.
is
Tuna
bad because of
accumulates
its
acidity,
mercury nervous
you might be
system and
wondering,
kidney damage,
what about foods
tremors,
that aren't acidic
anxiety,
but are loaded with
seizures?
fat? Surely
Fish and
that's
oil
safer,
contains
right?
salt, preservatives,
Well,
fat
that's where a lot of
risk,
people get into
kidney
serious
strain,
trouble
liver
without
burden.
realizing it.
Many canned
Food
fish
number
contain
3,
seasoning
bacon
dangerous
and
to
high-fat
dogs.
meats.
Garlic, onion.
You know the scene.
Safe alternatives.
You're cooking.
Steamed or boiled salmon
Breakfast.
or sardines packed in water.
There's a couple
no
strips
salt
of bacon
or
left
flavoring.
and he's sitting right there.
Key
Eyes
insight.
locked on you like
Not
you're the
all
only
fish
thing
is
that
safe.
matters in the
Canned
world.
oily fish often does more
You think,
harm than good.
what's the harm?
Many
One
flavored
little piece
yogurts
won't hurt
contain
him.
sugar, artificial
I
sweeteners,
used to think the same
and
until I
thickeners
saw
causing
what happens
digestive
inside.
upset.
Most
High-fat
adult
foods
dogs
like
are
bacon
lactose
aren't just
intolerant.
bloating, nausea,
They hit
diarrhea.
your dog's pancreas like a freight
Xylitol
train.
presence in some yogurts
That
pancreas
constitutes
has
an
to pump out a
emergency
flood
risk.
of enzymes all at once
Safe
to break down the
alternatives,
fat.
plain, unsweetened
And
Greek
when those
yogurt or
enzymes spill
coconut-based
out,
yogurt
they don't
with no
just
additives.
digest
Conclusion,
food. They
yogurt
can start
can be
irritating
helpful
the
only if
pancreas
unsweetened
itself,
and plain,
leading to a
flavored
condition called
varieties pose
pancreatitis.
multiple risks.
I treated a
Skin
Labrador
is fatty,
named
Max.
triggering pancreatitis. One winter, his owner,
Seasonings
a
often
retired
include
Marine,
garlic,
had given
onion,
him bacon
salt,
from his breakfast
all
almost
toxic to
every day
dogs.
for years. Even small
Max
repeated
started
exposure
vomiting one
leads to
morning.
anemia, kidney stress,
Nothing unusual,
pancreatitis.
the owner thought, but by the
Symptoms,
afternoon he was
abdominal
hunched,
pain,
shaking and
real
refusal
pain.
to eat, lethargy.
We got him into the clinic.
Safe
ran the
alternatives,
tests,
boiled
and
or
his
steamed
pancreas
plain
wasn't skinless
full-blown
chicken breast
inflammation.
with pumpkin or sweet potato
He spent
for
3
fiber.
days on fluids and pain meds
Conclusion,
before he could
flavorful
eat
to
again.
humans,
Even
but
if
toxic to
pancreatitis
dogs.
doesn't
Plain
hit right
protein
away,
is the safest.
fatty foods can still wreak
High
havoc on
fat
the gut.
content can cause pancreatitis. The
sudden
rush of enzymes can
Salted
irritate the
nuts
intestinal
increase
sodium
lining.
poisoning risk, trigger diarrhea,
Large
and make
nuts
existing
pose choking
digestive
and
issues
intestinal
a whole lot
blockage
worse.
hazards.
So,
Mold
what's the
toxins,
safer swap?
e.g.,
aflatoxin
lean boiled
in raw
chicken
nuts
breast
can damage
or turkey.
liver over time.
It's easy on the
Owners
gut, low
often
in fat,
assume
and
these
still
are safe.
feels like a
Many
treat to
dogs
your
suffer
dog.
from digestive distress
You can
after
even keep
ingestion.
small pieces in the fridge ready
Safe
to
snack
hand over when
alternatives,
those big eyes
sliced
lock on you
apples,
at the breakfast
seedless,
table.
cucumbers,
And
baby
here's
carrots.
a tip from years of practice when
Key
you give
insight:
treats like chicken.
mixed nuts are a hidden danger.
Think small.
Avoid sharing these with
Dogs
dogs.
live in the moment. Many foods
They
commonly
don't
found
measure
in
joy
homes
by
pose
ounces.
silent but serious risks
A
to
tiny
dogs.
piece is enough to make them feel
Dog
included
owners
without
often feed
overloading
harmful
their system.
foods unknowingly out of love.
Now, you might be thinking,
Awareness and
okay,
proactive
so
swapping
avoid the
to
fatty
safer
stuff.
alternatives can prevent
I'll
emergencies
stick to
and
regular
chronic
dog
illnesses.
food. That's got
Examples
to be
of harmful
safe,
foods
right?
include xylitol-containing
If
products,
only it were that simple.
grapes, nuts, cooked
What's
bones,
hiding inside
onions,
some kibbles
garlic,
might surprise
processed
you even more
meats,
than the bacon
artificial
did.
sweeteners, and
Food
more.
number
Encouraged
4,
to share this
low-quality
knowledge to
processed
save
kibble.
lives and improve canine health.
Easy to
Additional
think that if it
harmful
comes in a
foods
bag
affecting
with
gut
a
and
picture of a
overall
happy
health,
dog on the
citrus,
front,
apple
it's got
cider
to be
vinegar,
safe.
bacon/high-fat
After all,
meats,
they sell it in
low-quality
every grocery
kibble,
store,
corn,
every
legumes,
big box pet
sugar,
shop,
onions/garlic.
But here's what
dairy.
most people don't realize.
Citrus fruits,
Some
highly
kibbles
acidic,
are more
cause
chemistry experiment than nutrition.
acid reflux and stomach
I still
lining
remember the first
inflammation.
time I really looked at what
Apple
was in a
cider
bag
vinegar,
of budget kibble
highly
a client
acidic,
brought me.
worsens acid reflux,
Bright red and green
irritation.
bits uniform little shapes that
Bacon/high
sweet smell from
fat
the artificial
meats,
flavoring.
trigger pancreatitis through
To make
enzyme
kibble
overload,
cause digestive
like that,
upset.
The ingredients are cooked at high
Low-quality
temperatures
processed
and high
kibble
pressure, stripped of
contains
much of their
artificial
natural
colors,
nutrition,
preservatives,
and then sprayed with
cheap
fats,
fillers
colors,
irritating to gut
and
and
preservatives
microbiome.
to make it look and smell appealing
Corn,
to you,
especially
not to your dog.
GMO, low-quality,
One of
hard
my
to
clients,
digest,
Bill,
low
a
nutrition,
retired
possible
mechanic,
herbicide
had been
residue,
feeding the same
causes
low-cost
bloating
kibble
and
to the
diarrhea.
shepherd mix for years.
Legumes, peas,
The dog had
lentils,
chronic loose stools,
chickpeas contain
occasional
phytic acid
vomiting,
that blocks
and Bill
mineral
just thought
absorption.
that's just how his stomach is. We switched him to a high quality thing for watching, and like, subscribe and share please.